guys. Willie's here.
Willie,
Hi, Willie.
How you doing?
Willie, are you looking forward to playing Thursday night?
Oh, yes, sir. I look forward to playing every night, man. But, of course, we can't. But so when the games do come along, yeah, I'm ready. We getting prepared right now, so I'm ready for it.
They told you how long, how long starters going to be playing?
However long Coach Reed wants us to, so.
How do you approach this part of camp? When you're maybe going to play a little bit and the real games are out there pretty soon?
Well, I just treat it, man, like I tell myself mentally, okay, you're preparing for the season, even though it's preseason still. Eventually you're going to get into week one of the regular season, and everything you did from first week of training camp on is going, it adds something every week. I try to add something every week to my game that will help me get ready for week one, whether it's playing in a preseason game or practice. So, and I just build on from that.
Do you feel like, a lot of guys aren't going to be on this team, right? Those cuts are coming soon. Do you feel that in the locker room with the other guys, and what sort of advice do you give guys who are maybe kind of
No, sir, I don't feel it, man. But all through training camp, my linebacker guys, I tell them all the time, like, man, you blessed just to be here, I remember guys getting cut after the first preseason game, and we haven't had anyone get cut from my linebacker room, right, as of now. And I told them, like, no matter what happens tomorrow, just be thankful, man. You on an NFL team, NFL roster at this point, so just be where your feet are and don't look ahead. Just be blessed and thankful for what you do have. So.
Well, it's kind of been part of your timeline here where you're a little overwhelmed at first, but watching you do training camp, you look as comfortable as you've ever been as a pro. Just how much does that make you look forward to the regular season and what this year could mean for you?
I'm in a good mental space, man. So that when you take care of your mental, it puts you in a position to where everything else handles itself, and come to work in a good mood. Even if it's not always the perfect day, I know how to get myself right. And like you said about the season, man, it carries over, and next thing you know, I'm having good practices. Next thing you know, it carries over into the games and making plays, and don't everybody, just thinking it's because of preparation, but really it's just because, it's all a step each and every day, each and every week to be good mentally, and work on my mental and myself. So.
Did some of those mental strategies come from working with Dr. T in-house and whatever you're willing to share in that sense?
Getting closer to God, man. I know y'all probably saw I got baptized. I was baptized when I was younger, but just knowing where my foundation is and knowing where my real problems were, like I said, and when I handled that situation, still not perfect, of course, but when I handled that and told him, like, man, I just want to live right, everything else kind of fell into place and still falling into place. So.
How does that transfer over from that to the football field? Because a lot of times people lean on that, but, like you said, nobody's perfect and they fall short. So how does that transfer to the field and to practice?
Just me carrying, man, my positive energy, positive attitude every day, no matter what happens. We can lose a game, I can get hurt, but at the end of the day, it's all about what's on my mind, what's in my heart, and that's what transitions over into big games and big plays being made, because I didn't fall down when something bad happened. I always stayed strong and carried on.
Willie, what have you seen from the defense in preseason or practice recently that lets you know you guys are in a better place now than maybe you were when camp started?
Man, just constant growth, man. Each and every week, each and every day again. You see the young guys add on and just really come in. They know the defense well. We didn't have to slow it down for them or anything. So to see that, man, and to get those guys adding on to the defense on the back end, defensive ends, linebackers, they added on a great piece to this whole defense. So.
Willie, you talked about growth. I asked Nick about a week ago what he worked on most in the offseason. He said he really wanted to work on his speech because, he speaks kind of fast. Yeah, are you able to see that in the huddle and, about his communication, how he got better?
Nick's a lot more comfortable now, so man, like when you come into a whole new building, whole new area, man, city, state, wherever it may be, defense, team, you got to get comfortable. It's hard to just have a rookie come in and just be the same person he was for 3-4 years in college, so it all takes time, and he's definitely got there now. So.
How was that mental part helped you off the field, with your case and, bringing your family closer together?
You say how's it helped me off the field?
Yes.
Man, I'm just y'all see me as juice man on the field, but I'm juice man at home too. So with my dogs, with my baby boy Josiah, with my mom, she's in town right now. So it's just the attitude I have throughout the day, throughout the week, man. Just stay positive and keep pushing.
And it looks like your run game has improved, you know, in your run defense. How has being next to Nick kind of help you flow along those lines?
I really just get more comfortable with the scheme, man. It comes with playing and practice, you know, and because you can know your assignments, but it's all about having getting a feeling and the flow of the game, instincts, things like that. So.
One of the things that this defense wanted to get this year was more speed. Do you get a sense of that? Are there things that you see on the field that you see that there's just more speed and quickness out there this year?
Those young DBs look good, man. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm adding on to that room, you know, with the corners and the nickels, all those rookie cornerbacks and DBs. They look real good, and just adding on to it with those older guys, it only adds to the defense and it makes the whole unit look well. So.
Really, just from a football player standpoint, you go into this game, and it's a lot of it's going to be younger guys getting evaluated because it's the final preseason game. Then you guys have 2 weeks off, so you kind of can't get in the flow really with this because you're not sure if all your units playing.
Yeah.
And you got 2 weeks, so how do you stay sharp getting into game one when the setup's kind of like this?
I mean, we still have practice, so you kind of what I was saying earlier. You just treat practice as mentally. You tell yourself, "I'm getting ready for Arizona," or you know. Because that's week one. It's the first problem we have to get through. So whether it's a walkthrough practice or just off day, you know, even just whether you're watching film, just prepare your mind as I'm getting ready for Arizona.
Every day.
Every day.
Right, but following up on that though, obviously, because you're not going to play obviously the full game, and then you, like you said, you got 2 weeks off. Will you all have enough quote unquote real game speed in practice to simulate what you're going to be going into that first game? Because obviously you're going to be expected to play all 4 quarters. You're going to be trying to get your wind and your legs underneath you when you haven't played 4 quarters.
I mean, that just comes back to us being football players, man. You can practice as much as you want. You know, you can. It's all about going out there and being who you are. You know, and we're football players, and that's what we do. Whether we practice a whole 6-7 days or practice 1-2 days, we are expected to go out there and make tackles and run around and hit. So.
Willie, you talked about your growth in that linebacker room. You're still a young guy yourself. Who in that room are you going to for advice or anything like that? Is it Elijah Lee? I know when you came into the league, you had guys like Derek Johnson, but you know you're the older guy in that room. So who are you going to?
Well, I actually didn't have Derek Johnson. I had Anthony Hitchens, and I actually was talking to him like a week ago. So I still stay in contact with him about some things, and because like you said, I'm one of the older guys now, so. So I still talk to him a lot of times and ask him for advice and stuff like that because he played 8 years in this league, so he knows a lot more than I do.
Anything specific you're asking him about?
Man, really just honestly life skills. I really don't ask him much about football. Just hey, bro, how you handle this or how do you look at this? You know, stuff like that. Whether it's about my son, about my relationship with my family or anything like that. So.
We always heard how fast you were, but now you're talking about these DBs, and then you got Karloftis, who it seems like no matter what, he gets through anything.
Oh, yeah.
Are these younger guys with that speed just even inspiring you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Like I said, when they added on to this team, to this defense, it makes me, in year 3, feel like, man, we're going to be special this year, and it hypes me up to go even harder, because I know we can be a special group.
Herbie last.
You had mentioned earlier something that caught my ear when you talked about your teammates in the linebacker room. You said it's my linebacker room. When did you start taking ownership of that group, and how much do you embrace that role?
Well, when I said that, man, I ain't really mean it like that. But I know I'm one of it's me and D. Harris. I think we're the older two in the room that this has been here, and of course I got younger guys now that I try to help out a lot, and so I guess I do take the leadership role a little bit, man, and I try to just lead and do my part and make sure that whenever they see me doing the right things, so on the field and off.
I guess. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Willie.
Thank you.